that sex work and abortion is like bread and butter. So if you say that we should fully legalize sex work, you should also say that we should fully legalize abortion. So you now see that full legalization of sex workers has led us to become murderers.
That's a debate for another day. It's a debate for another day.
Also said something that prostitution is as old because something is old does not mean that it cannot be changed. Sir, prostitution cannot be changed. Even when Jesus came, he could not stop it. So I don't know the authority, the measures by which you use to address prostitution. And as far as prostitution has come to stay. Yes. It can't go anywhere. What we are advocating is that we are going to look for partial measures. There are some things we can do. There are some restrictions we can put, which is what I'm talking about. So first of all is that there should be sex workers should be registered. Yes, they should not be registered under the government, whereby they can have testing. That should be mandatory registration so they can regularly test them, they can checkmate them. Are you getting me? Yeah. Then secondly, my colleague also said something about sex workers being a room for trafficking. That is not totally true, man. Because there are other means by which people are being trafficked. But in doing some partial legalization, what we can do is that we can stop third-party involvement in sex work, like pimps. There could be no pimps, there could be no brothels. We can find a way that even those that will operate under brothels, we have some strict regulations guiding them. That way, people that work under them can be protected. So the only way that we have influx of trafficking is if there are things like pimps, unregulated pimps. Thank you very much. Then secondly, what we can also do is what we call the Nordic model. This was employed in Canada. Whereby, rather than charging the people selling the sex, charge the people buying the sex. As long as the law of supply and demand is concerned, it is demand that brings supply. If you take a read to another side, the law buying a home, she will say. But if we now begin to charge people that are buying the sex rather than people giving the sex, those people will eventually stop purchasing the sex because of the cost of the sex. Thank you. Okay. This point of mine, I hope I will be able to convince and not confuse you. Thank you so much.
Now, my colleague said that it purports violence against women when it's fully legalized. Well, a research conducted in 2018 by the Urban Institute in America postulates that legalization of sex work reduces violent crimes by 17% in North American countries, including the US and Canada. So your point is rendered immediately null and void. And you also do so in Nigeria because when people are aware that this is what happens, this is what will happen to you if you treat this lady or this man anyways, they will sit up. Nobody wants to go to jail. So the violent crimes will be reduced. That's not true. Before this, if these sex workers are given training like any worker will be given, they are given training, given education, given their full rights, and given access to contraception, do you think they will even have the pregnancies to abort in the first place if they have the proper equipment and contraception to not even have the babies at all? What is the contraceptive? That's number one. The contraceptive pill, they will have access to good health. Somebody asked me if my mom and my sister, want to engage in this. That's their business. I'm not them. They have their agency. And then secondly, in that same vein, we are not encouraging sex work. We are just saying this work that is there and will still be there and has been there should be legal, should be fully legal to give them agency, protect their rights, and also protect their patronizers. Because if they don't have the access to healthcare rights and regulations, they will carry that HIV and come and give you. What do you mean? So this point of mine and this summary, I hope I've been able to convince you that criminalizing and making sex work illegal is not only counteractive, it is plain stupid. Thank you very much.